Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to share with you some advanced DevOps practices specifically tailored for Power by Semantic Modeling. The title of our session is Advanced DevOps Practices for Power by Semantic Modeling, and the subtitle highlights how we can enhance collaboration, automation, and reliability in managing our semantic models. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through innovative strategies and best practices to streamline your Power by development process and improve your overall model management. Let's get started. Welcome to this session on Advanced DevOps Practices for Power by Semantic Modeling. Here, we'll explore why DevOps is so crucial in this space and how you can implement it effectively. As teams work with semantic models, automation, safety, and scalability become vital to keep everything running smoothly. Advanced DevOps helps us accelerate development without risking the stability of our production environment. One key benefit is that when multiple engineers are editing the same model, it can lead to conflicts and deployment risks. That's where good DevOps practices come in to manage these challenges efficiently. As your Power by team grows, managing semantic models gets more complex. You need strategies to handle this complexity and ensure collaboration remains seamless. Throughout this presentation, we'll focus on how these advanced practices can help you maintain control, improve collaboration, and scale your Power by solutions effectively. So, why should we adopt DevOps practices for Power by semantic modeling? Well, at the end of the day, DevOps gives teams that peace of mind, knowing that their deployments are safe and controlled. It really helps reduce stress and uncertainty. Automated pipelines play a big role here because they streamline the process, cut down on wasted time spent on repeated iterations, and foster better collaboration, especially when teams are spread out across different locations. Then, there's the importance of testing. By incorporating unit tests and deployment checks, we can be confident that any changes made are safe and reliable before they go live. This minimizes the risk of issues popping up later. Speaking of risks, manual deployment can be dangerous. Errors can slip in and disrupt critical business activities like earnings calls or executive reviews, which we definitely want to avoid. Finally, when multiple engineers are working on the same semantic model, conflicts can arise, sometimes slowing down progress or causing errors. That's where proper conflict resolution becomes essential. Overall, embracing these advanced DevOps practices not only makes our deployment safer and more efficient, but also keeps our teams aligned and productive. Familiarity with Azure DevOps UI and branch policies is really crucial for managing your pipelines efficiently. When you get comfortable with the Azure DevOps interface, it becomes much easier to support automation tasks, like downloading necessary tools or orchestrating deployment steps smoothly. PowerShell plays a key role here, as it allows you to automate many processes, like managing your semantic models, running DAX queries, refreshing tables, and even testing role-level security to streamline your workflow. Python scripting, especially with tools like Pyabular, helps define your CI/CD workflows, which can be triggered in different ways, either manually, on a schedule, or automatically by pull requests. This flexibility makes your deployment process more robust and responsive. Then there's Azure DevOps pipelines, which use YAML files to automate semantic model editing and deployment through scripts, making your processes repeatable and reliable. Finally, tools like Tabular Editor command line are core to DevOps in Power by, enabling you to manage and deploy your semantic models programmatically. Overall, mastering these tools and practices ensures that your Power by projects are not only efficient, but also scalable and maintainable in a professional environment. Let's talk about automation flexibility, which is a key aspect of advanced DevOps practices for Power by semantic modeling. On this slide, you'll see that we have different types of runs: scheduled, manual, and automated. Each serves a specific purpose to help us maintain and deploy our models effectively. First, there's the option to enable deploying even if some checks fail. This might sound risky, but it can be critical during urgent fixes or incidents when we need to push out updates quickly. Of course, this should be used cautiously, since bypassing checks can introduce risks, but sometimes it's necessary to maintain business continuity. Next, we have manual override options. This feature allows engineers like you and me to run deployments on demand. It's particularly useful during testing phases or when responding to incidents, giving us control over when and how deployments happen. Then there are manual runs, which are the regular, on-demand executions of tasks like unit tests or data refreshes. These are typically scheduled at set intervals, but can also be triggered manually if needed. Finally, scheduled runs are automatically triggered by events such as pull requests or code changes. This ensures that our models are continuously integrated and tested without manual intervention, leading to more reliable and up-to-date deployments. All of these options, manual, scheduled, and automated, offer a flexible approach to managing deployment and testing workflows, helping us keep our Power BI models robust and responsive to changing needs. Now, let's talk about validation and testing during deployments. These validation steps are crucial because they help us reduce the risk of deploying faulty models, which could potentially mislead business decisions. It's all about ensuring the integrity and accuracy of our Power BI models before they go live. One key practice is publishing test results in Azure DevOps. This creates a centralized view of the model's health, making it easier to catch issues early in the process. Having everything in one place helps us stay organized and proactive. We also use the pieced testing framework alongside Pyabular to run extensive DAX query tests after deployment. This post-deployment testing is vital because it verifies that our queries and calculations are still correct once the model is live. Another important aspect is integrating Business Process Analyzer, or BPA, results into Azure DevOps test suites. This integration provides visibility into rule violations, so we can quickly identify and address any compliance or process issues. Finally, we run high-level validations using DAX queries to confirm that key metrics, like sales numbers, remain accurate. These checks give us confidence that our data is reliable and that our models are delivering correct insights. Altogether, these practices form a robust validation framework that helps us maintain the quality and trustworthiness of our Power BI solutions throughout deployment. Now, let's talk about handling failures in our deployment process. One of the key strategies we use is combining manual overrides with automated recovery. This approach gives us both flexibility and safety, allowing us to intervene when needed while still benefiting from automation. This means that if something doesn't go as planned, we can quickly respond without risking longer downtimes. Speaking of downtime, our method aims to minimize user impact, typically limiting any disruption to just a few minutes during incidents. This is crucial for maintaining user trust and operational continuity. We also rely on Azure DevOps to store our artifacts, which enables us to perform rapid recoveries without having to start from scratch. In case a deployment fails the post-deployment tests, our pipelines can automatically roll back to a previously saved, stable version of the model. This automatic rollback mechanism is a vital safety net, ensuring we maintain reliable semantic models and high-quality Power BI reports without prolonged disruptions. Now, let's look at some of the advanced DevOps practices that can really elevate your Power BI semantic modeling. One key feature of Pyabular is its seamless integration with Azure DevOps pipelines. This means you can automate testing and validation processes, ensuring your models are always accurate and reliable without manual intervention. It streamlines your workflow and helps catch issues early. Another important aspect is the optimized refresh mechanism. Pyabular allows you to selectively refresh specific partitions or tables within your models. This targeted approach significantly reduces refresh times, especially when working with large datasets, making your updates much more efficient. Security is always a top concern, and Pyabular supports impersonation of users. This feature enables you to test role-level security settings effectively, ensuring that data access controls are functioning correctly and your data remains compliant with security policies. When it comes to power by integration, Pyabular connects directly to your semantic models. This allows you to run DAX queries and refresh tables programmatically, giving you greater control and automation capabilities over your Power BI reports and dashboards. Finally, it's worth noting that Pyabular is an open-source Python package. This means it's accessible, customizable, and constantly evolving with contributions from the community. Altogether, these features make Pyabular a powerful tool for managing semantic models efficiently, securely, and at scale, aligning perfectly with our focus on advanced DevOps practices. Now, let's talk about scaling your approach as your team and model adoption grow. It's important to move from manual processes to more automated, tested, and safe deployments. This helps ensure consistency and reduces the risk of errors as your Power BI environment becomes more complex. Having someone passionate about DevOps driving the initiative really makes all the difference. Ownership is key. When someone takes responsibility, it accelerates adoption and keeps things moving smoothly. Starting early is also crucial. Addressing these practices before a major failure occurs makes implementing processes much easier. For example, if you've experienced a production issue caused by manual deployments or lack of testing, that's a clear sign you need to invest in DevOps. Another good test is the vacation test. Can you step away and go on vacation without worrying about your Power BI environment? If not, it indicates that your processes and backups need improvement. So, focus on scaling smartly, fostering ownership, starting early, and ensuring your processes are resilient enough to support your team's growth and success. Let's take a closer look at community insights and tool comparisons. First, regarding advanced DevOps practices for Power BI semantic modeling, there are two main tools to consider: Pyabular and Semantic Link. Pyabular has been around for over 5 years, so it's quite mature and primarily designed for Windows environments. On the other hand, Semantic Link is newer and offers cross-platform support, which can be a big advantage depending on your setup. Choosing between these tools really depends on your environment and your preferences for tooling. If you're heavily invested in Windows and need a mature, stable solution, Pyabular might be the better fit. Conversely, if you value flexibility across different operating systems, Semantic Link could be more suitable. Now, when it comes to integration with your development workflows, Azure DevOps provides tight integration with the Microsoft ecosystem. This includes features like bug tracking, branch policies, and seamless collaboration within Microsoft tools. Unless your organization already standardizes on GitHub, Azure DevOps is generally the preferred choice because of its ecosystem advantages. Comparing Pyabular versus Semantic Link Labs and Azure DevOps versus GitHub, the decision ultimately hinges on your specific needs and existing infrastructure. The key takeaway is that the choice of tools should align with your environment, team preferences, and overall DevOps strategy, ensuring a smooth and efficient workflow. Let's talk about getting started with advanced DevOps practices for Power BI semantic modeling. The key here is to begin small. I recommend starting with manageable projects to build confidence within your team. As your skills and models grow, you can gradually introduce more complexity. This approach helps prevent overwhelm and ensures steady progress. Next, leverage the wealth of resources available, like Tabular Editor Learn and various blogs. These are fantastic for training and expanding your knowledge, making the learning curve much smoother. Another crucial point is to integrate simple tests and validations into your pipelines. Doing so helps maintain quality and reliability as your models evolve. Even basic checks can catch issues early and save a lot of trouble down the line. It's also important to get comfortable with YAML syntax. Defining workflows in Azure DevOps pipelines using YAML might seem daunting at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. This skill is essential for automating your processes effectively. Finally, consider automating semantic model edits and deployments with the Tabular Editor command line interface. This automation can significantly streamline your workflow, reducing manual effort and minimizing errors. By following these steps, you'll set a strong foundation for implementing advanced DevOps practices in your Power BI projects, making your development process more efficient and reliable. Thanks to the incredible efforts of our community and the power of open-source tools like Pyabular, the future of BI DevOps looks very promising. It's exciting to see how these innovations are paving the way for more reliable, efficient, and scalable Power BI semantic modeling. Remember, the key to ongoing success is to keep learning and growing. As you develop your skills, deploying solutions will become easier and more confident, almost like second nature. Looking ahead, I believe we're heading toward a bright future for BI DevOps, one rooted in a culture of accountability and continuous improvement. When teams embrace these principles, collaboration improves, and efficiency across growing teams skyrockets. This also means we're better equipped to handle risks, reducing the chances of production failures and enabling faster recovery when issues do arise. It's all about building resilience into our processes. Ultimately, by adopting advanced DevOps practices in Power BI semantic modeling, we enhance the reliability of our data-driven decisions, giving us greater confidence in the insights we share and act upon. This is how we truly unlock the full potential of Power BI and drive smarter business outcomes.